Listen to your heart, tell me who you wanna be. We can always start to believe. Listen to your heart, tell me that you understand. Cause you are the one for me. If you just believe, 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 Listen to your heart, 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 heart. Listen to your heart, 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 heart. Listen to your heart, tell me who you wanna be. We can always start to believe. Listen to your heart, tell me that you understand. Cause you are the one for me. If you just believe, if you just believe, if you just believe, if you just believe. Listen to your heart, 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 tell me who you wanna be. We can always start to believe. Listen to your heart, tell me that you understand. Cause you are the one for me. If you just believe, 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 believe. Listen to your heart, 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 heart. Listen to your heart.
Well, hello. Well, hello, people. It's been a minute. It's been a while. I've missed you all. Have you missed us? A lot has changed. A lot has changed in the lives of myself, anyway. Probably Joe, too. And probably you guys. And we've missed you. And we decided we want to come back. Making videos just doesn't hit like streaming does. It doesn't. I love talking to you guys. I love having our own little community, our little unfiltered community where you guys can say what you want, we can say what we want, and we want to bring it back. So hopefully the plan is to do it once a week. Stay tuned. We're gonna make some sort of a plan, but once a week anyway to start off with. Let's not push it. You know what I'm saying? I got a new job, people. I'm a full-time worker now. Man's got a job. So look, we're back anyway. We're gonna figure it out, but we are back. We want to chat live and direct. Me and Joey boy. You know what I'm saying? 100 in the building. Big up LB for the raid, man. He's always showing love, always looking after us. Big up to all of you in the building. Make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new around here. Do you see this new feature as well? Trust me, people, we're not begging for cash, but I saw this new feature here at the top of the chat. A super chat goal. Yeah? I'm like a boomer now. I don't know much about streaming anymore on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Joe used to do most of that shit anyway, but we both discovered today, super chat goal. If we get 5 super chats, me and Joe will get haircuts. That's what YouTube told us to say. They prompted us to do that. But look, listen. Forget about all that. I am back. I've had a full-time job now. I'm working. I'm not going to tell you guys where I'm working because it's top secret. But Joe, how do you feel to be back?
It feels great. It feels really nice because it's been ages, and I used to love doing these. It was the late night chats, the late night podcasts. They were our thing. They were like our niche, and I mean they were fun to do. People enjoyed it. We used to have, a great little community of people who would come in. We had the regulars, people that we would always recognize that would come in, and I miss doing them. I really do miss doing them. Of course, we have like other commitments that stopped it. It wasn't like a stopping for a lack of wanting to do it. It was more of we just didn't have the time. So I'm happy to, even if it is just once a week, I'm happy they're back. I'm happy they're back because I miss it. I really do miss it. It was a nice thing to have, and I'm happy they're back. I said it to you before I went live. I'm like a kid at Christmas. I've been like a little bit giddy because I did the one, what was it, last week with Briggsy, and we kind of talked, and it was around Salford, and it was sort of like a nice little reminder that I still want to do it. Like, I still want to do it. And if I can find the time, then, I think I've done a couple on my own as well. And of course, they don't hit the same, but it's something that, I still want to do it. Like, it's still there. And I know you have as well. You've been on LB's channel a few times, or quite a bit. And it's been something where you've gone, you just miss it. You kind of think, I want to do this again.
Absolutely. Like the big thing I've missed, people, is obviously streaming with Joe. Me and Joe go back a long time, but not having my own space to just go live with Joe and just rant or just have a chat about City. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, all of you in the chat, I would imagine most of you anyway, are City fans. I know for a fact you lot love getting in chats, whether it's LB, whether it's mine, whether it's whoever's chatting to Joe, chatting to me, like, and just chatting about City. That's what we love to do, and I've missed having that because I go into my office and work. No one really gives a shit if I talk about Man City. You know what I'm saying? I can't rant there. I want somewhere where we can have a good conversation, and this is what this channel was always about. We built it up to over 10k. We've got a great community here with all of you guys. Big up Renners. I'm Guardiola. I recognize loads of names in the chat already. Darsh, my guy, good to see you. We got our first super chat as well, back in a long time. First super chat comes from Danny with the 2. Says, come on lads, 4 more. Nice to see you two back together. Yeah, me and Joe, we put our differences aside. We had a big punch up, and now we're back together. Now, if you look at that super chat goal thing, that's 1 out of 5. That's pretty cool. Big up to you, Danny. Thank you very, very much for the super chat, and it's good to see you and everyone else back. But look, let's park that. Let's park that and chat what we're here to chat about. Let's chat about Manchester City, man. And I want to start in the first place that matters the most to me at the minute, and that's the Erling Haaland contract. I know a lot of you have seen plenty of streams. I'm sure LB's done loads of streams. I'm sure everyone's been streaming away on the Erling Haaland contract. But this is the one that means the most to me out of the whole January business. I think it has such an impact culturally on Manchester City. I think it sends such shockwaves throughout European football and throughout English football, that we're able to lock down this guy, Joe, for the best part of 10 years. And I really think it's important that as City fans, we rub it in the faces of all those dickheads. And I mean that freely, like, dickheads who, from the moment Haaland walked through that front door, people, we were told, he's going to go to Real Madrid. He's going to go to Real Madrid at the first opportunity. He'll win 1 or 2 leagues with City and he'll fuck off to Spain. He's not fucking off to Spain anytime soon by the looks of it. Like, it's a monumental contract extension for Manchester City, and I fucking called it. I did call it. I didn't call the contract length, but I called that we'd hold on to him. I did. You backed that, Joe, as well. I fucking did. I said City have an unbelievable ability to hold on to their biggest assets. Whether it's Aguero, whether it's Silva, whether it's De Bruyne, whether it's Haaland, Pep, whoever. City, when they really want to keep someone, they fucking keep them. And this is a statement. This is a fucking statement, people. We're going to talk about all these things going on in the last few weeks. Trust me, Marmoush, Haaland, the 2 other kids that have come in, and whatever else. But for me, the Haaland one is huge, and I think we should all be gassed about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
We are so back. 7 minutes. So back. 7 minutes in, you've already started calling people dickheads. Are you mad? We are so back. It's unbelievable scenes. But you did call it. And I did agree with you because it was it's a carbon copy, isn't it? Aguero comes in, David Silva comes in, they all go, they'll be back in Spain in about 3 years, playing for Madrid or Barcelona. And sometimes that does happen. Sometimes you do get players who come through the door and they still want to go off to Real Madrid and Barcelona and those 2 big clubs. But we are actually at a stage now where a lot of the young players, especially when I say young, it's like 21, 22, 20-year-olds, they only remember us being good. So when you get people like, I know we may speak on it later, but that Victor Reis,
yes,
who was saying that he grew up watching us, the fella was born in 2006. Like, it's not inconceivable that he actually grew up and we were good. And he was like, oh, they play good football. Let me watch them. Like, young players nowadays only kind of know us being good. So it is one of them things where, people saying it was their dream to play for us is not out of the equation. Then you obviously account to the fact that his dad used to play for us. He used to go and watch us on the weekend. He used to be in the stadium watching the team. He was born in the country. He was born in Leeds. Like, he has multiple connections. And Pep said it in his press conference. He was asked, why do players stay for so long? Because we do an unbelievable job of looking after players. We give them exactly what they want. If they want to leave, we let them leave. If, they want a contract this much money, we'll enter negotiations. If, they want this thing, that thing, they want to play here, we make it happen. We look after players so well. Did they eventually just end up going, yeah, I want to stay. Why would I leave? I've got everything I want. And people mention the weather and things like that. It's not that big of a put-off. It's really not. Or it shouldn't be. Maybe to some players, it can be, because they look at Spain and go, oh, nice, sunny. But when you've got everything else that you could possibly want, when the club go out of their way to give you everything else. Remember when David Silva, when he had his kid and it was a premature birth, we let him go off and deal with that on the side. We let him leave and go away and take care of his business. Like, we don't mind giving players like freedom to kind of basically do what they want to do. And that's why they sign these big contracts in the end, and they stay for longer. Same thing with Pep. Who would have thought Pep would have done a decade? But he wants to stay because he's like, I have everything here. I love doing it.
I love the saltiness, man. I love the saltiness, and that's something that we spend a lot of time talking about on this channel for people who are new around here. It's good to see a lot of the regulars popping in again, the old OGs, Jimmy Grimble, Tyrone Douglas, and I'll go look at these super chats now in a second. We're too off that super chat goal. What the fuck? But the saltiness is something we spend a lot of time talking about here because it's funny. You know what I'm saying? It's tribalism in football, and I thought that when you mentioned that Victor Race guy, yeah. The comments under Fabrizio's post and under Man City's official post, like, oh, watching City since he was a kid. Does he know? It's like, oh, mate, do you fucking know? Yeah? The kid's 18. We won our first league when he was 6. He knows he knows nothing but Manchester City being class. So in his conscious lifetime, essentially his conscious lifetime, United have won 1 Premier League, Liverpool have won 1, Chelsea have won 1, Leicester have won 1, and City have won, what, 7, 8? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously these young kids are going to look at us and go, they're a bad boy team. And what they see all the losers on Twitter going, oh, charges and legalities, charge legalities. These players are looking at where's the best place for them to play football and win trophies. Where is that right now? It's Manchester City. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you look at other players who've said those kind of things for other clubs, Mason Mount leaves Chelsea, goes to Manchester United. First thing he said was, oh, I was a boyhood Man United fan. I get it. You're joining a shit club as of right now, but I get it. Because you grew up, Mason Mount, in an era where United were pretty bad boy. You know what I'm saying? United were killing it. But as these younger kids, these younger generations, Vitor Reis, Kusanov, all these young lads who are starting to pull in, they know nothing, and predominantly nothing but City winning, and predominantly Pep Guardiola being the big dog. You know what I'm saying? Us being the big dog. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those ones that the rest of the footballing world really, really struggles to come to terms with. Like, I was looking at my old friend Mark Goldbridge. For people who know, you know, my old friend Goldbridge. Me and him go way back. You know, me and Goldbridge go way back. He clearly didn't read the memo and read the details about Haaland's extension, because he said something. I saw the clip, and I'm not going to quote it because I don't want to get it totally wrong, but he said something like, oh, he's signing a 9.5-year contract, but as soon as the charges hit, he'll go, or he'll leave in a couple of years, or something along those lines. I was like, mate, you haven't read it? Mate, you've missed the point here. He's removed any release clauses. Like, people are really missing the element of commitment that Erling Haaland is putting into Manchester City right now, the Pep Guardiola has put into Manchester City for the last 10 years and is continuing to do so, and has quite clearly just chosen the club over his wife, according to reports anyway, allegedly. This level of commitment we're getting from the best in the business at their jobs, A, it means we're doing something right, Joe, and B, it kind of suggests that the club are super confident we're going to be just fine in this situation we've been in. Do you know what I mean?
I knew you were going to go there. And I We're not doing it. We're not doing it because we're not doing it.
We're not doing it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I know. And you do have to make the connection, because why would they give him basically the keys to the fucking castle and all this money and the longevity of the contract if we're going to get slapped with fines and relegations and be hit with all our commercial revenues going down, and it just wouldn't, we wouldn't be able to afford it, or it wouldn't be like financially sensible to do that. So you'd imagine there's a sense of confidence there, and again, the longevity of it is what everybody's talking about. Everybody's talking about, especially when it comes to rival fans, they're talking about 9.5 years and how much money he's on and all of these other things. It seems to be kind of like only City fans that have kind of clocked onto the fact that he's removed his release clauses that he had in his previous contract. They're gone. They're not there anymore. There's no get-out clause, or at least not for a very long time. I thought they might be removed entirely. I'm not too sure, but I know the ones that he used to have are gone. They're not even like increased, or they're just gone. They're not there anymore. So I don't know when his original contract was, but it was, for a significant number of years still. So for the next, 4 or 5 years, there's no release clause. He's gone. There's no way for him to get out unless someone bids for him. And who knows how much that would cost.
I'm perfectly fine if it gets to 4 years from now and he wants to leave. I get it. You know what I mean? At that point, 4 years from now, he's done basically 7 seasons at Manchester City. I'd get it. I'd understand it. Because, while we're preaching, and while I'm preaching mainly, about, the Agueros of this world, the De Bruynes of this world, the Peps of this world staying 10 plus years, he doesn't have to stay 10 plus years. It's more about the statement that it makes by signing the contract, and the feel-good factor that short-term it injects, I think we can agree, chat, that the performance against Ipswich, and I know a lot of you are going to go, oh, but it's only Ipswich, but the team looked, morale-wise, a lot better, a lot happier. The things that are happening off the pitch and the commitments people are making off the pitch and the work people are doing off the pitch, it does have an impact on what goes on the pitch. The players seeing Haaland signing a 9.5-year contract, the fans seeing Haaland sign a 9.5-year contract, it's always going to make everyone go, wow, this is sick. This is really, really sick, It's like the fact that we've been in a low point now for a couple months already. We're coming out of it now by the looks of it, hopefully. But that low point we're in, for him to, they've obviously negotiated throughout that, but for him to come out the back of that low point we've been in and sign that new contract, that's a real sentiment that as fans we should appreciate. But look, I think it's brilliant. I think it's fucking brilliant. I just wanted to touch on it because I think Haaland's an absolute legend, and it means a lot to the club that we can retain these players at a small time of uncertainty, rebuild-wise. Tiki's leaving. Is Pep going to be here in 2 years? You don't know. So to get that length of a commitment from him is fucking mega, man. I mean, the next one has to be Rodri, doesn't it? It's got to be Rodri. But look, let me have a look at these 2 super chats that came in. Big up Daniel Thompson as well, member for 9 months. Yo, shout out all the members who've kept renewing the membership for the last few months while we've not even been streaming. Yeah, big up to all of you, man. That's crazy commitment. Big love. Big up to you, Daniel Thompson. You've always been fantastic, man. Darsh with the 2nd super chat of the goal to 5 says, "Missed this collab. Both of you get haircuts." The goal says, Darsh, at 5 super chats, according to YouTube, we get haircuts. Yeah, at 5 super chats.
So the YouTube CEO got to come bash down my door with some clippers and some scissors and go, yeah.
Yeah, load of that. Big up to you, Darsh, my brother. Always great to see you. Robertinho says, dropped in to donate. United are still cheeks. Big up to you, Robert, man. Big up to you coming in and leaving a donation. Massively appreciated. Going towards the haircut fund. Hope you're doing well, my brother. But look, let's keep her stepping. Big up to all you guys for your super chats and your memberships and that. If you want to become a member, don't have to, but if you really want to, there's a link in the chat. Joe, still a thing?
I don't have the button, but I can just copy and paste it. So there you go.
If you want, there's a join button there. There's absolutely no pressure, people. Totally up to you. Let's keep it stepping. I saw a question here on Marmoush. I'm very excited about Marmoush. I can't find. Yeah, Captain Harris. Big up to you. Any news on Marmoush, guys? Marmoush is in Manchester. Captain Harris. Marmoush is in Manchester.
I'm going to come
clean. He's what?
He's done his medical.
He's done his medical.
That was that Jack Garn who said it? It was one of the City reporters said he's done his medical. He's done.
He'll be announced tomorrow, man. He'll be announced more than likely. Like I'd put that €1 super chat Darsh has just sent in on the fact that he's going to be announced tomorrow. Big up to you, Darsh, for the £1 super chat, man. That's 4 out of 5.
No message. He just wants us to get a haircut. I think he's trying to tell us something. Are you trying to say something?
Trim can't be that dead, man. Trim can't be that dead. Look, people, you don't have to super chat. Do if you want, but you don't have to. Just hit the like button. That's free to do, yeah? Hit the like button and subscribe. And big up to Adam Quinn, becoming a channel member.
I still got that button. I still got that one.
That's the main one. Once you have that one, I don't care. Big up to you, Adam Quinn, my bro, becoming a channel member. Massively, massively appreciate you, man. People, you don't have to become channel members. It does support in a small way, I suppose, you know, the financial donation, but just hit the like button and subscribe. It's free to do. It's totally up to you guys what you want to do. But look, big up to you, Adam Quinn. Absolute legend, man. You've been around for a while as well. Marmoush, he's done his medical. He's in Manchester. He'll be announced tomorrow. I put money on the fact that he'll be announced tomorrow. I'm going to come clean, though, people. I'm going to be totally honest. And it's a bit sad for me to have to say this because I always preach honesty and integrity to you lot. For those of you who've been around for a long time, you'll know I've always been honest and integral. And whenever I've come out with ITK information, I've always said you can take it at face value. You can take it whatever way you want. It's totally up to you. And I've got a good few things right, people. You at least admit that. But where I've got it from, the information has been correct. I was incorrect with Marmoush. I was incorrect. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, I was incorrect. The person who gave me the Marmoush information gave me false information. And I believed it. I tweeted it. And I was incorrect. And I'm only admitting this because I've got full respect for you lot. I'm only admitting this because I've got nothing but absolute respect for you lot, and I would never want to have a false persona or try to pretend to be something I'm not. I have got some things right. People have told me things that have turned out to be right, and that's great. But I was wrong. I tweeted that Marmoush was done deal, and it wasn't done deal, turned out. It turned out it wasn't done deal. And I texted the guy who told me, I said, the info's wrong. And he goes, my bad, but the damage was done. So look, I wanted to get that off my chest because it pains me to have to sit here and pretend to be something to you lot that I'm not. I respect you too much, people. Now, that's not to say I'll never get anything right ever again, and I won't continue to try to get things right. But I will hold my hands up. I'll hold my hands up when I have got something wrong and the information I've gotten is wrong. You will not find many other people on YouTube doing that. You will not find many other people on Twitter doing that. So that deserves a like. Joe, I'm sorry, man. I had to get that off my chest. I had to get that off my chest.
You were wrong, but really you were just premature. He just, he still came, but at the time that you said it was done, it wasn't. I mean, I guess you're still kind of winning anyway because it still happened, but wow, honesty, integrity, unbelievable,
yeah.
unbelievable.
It's the kind of guy I am, man. It's the kind of guy I am. I'll always tell the truth.
I didn't see it because I've just basically abandoned that social media platform. I've not been on it in a while. But yeah, I mean, I still get notifications for news. But I did see a couple of your Marmoush things and you know, just you being excited over loads of signings because it's like, oh my god, we've actually signed multiple players in January. Since fucking when do we do that? But I'm excited for Marmoush. I really am because from what I know, he can also play out wide if really necessary. That's a position that he can play. So maybe him and Haaland together. I don't know. Maybe that could be, you know, something that works. But we desperately, or at least up until like Ipswich, we needed more goals in the team because that run of like 13 games, 14 games where we had, you know, 1 or 2 wins, we struggled so much with scoring outside of Haaland. You basically didn't know where the goal was coming from. If they marked Haaland out of the game with 2 or 3 centre-halves, you had no idea who was going to pop up and score. It'd be like a lottery. You had no idea because Foden wasn't firing, Savio wasn't firing, Doku, Grealish, they were kind of in and out of the team, and even then, they weren't really involved in scoring goals. You know, Kevin De Bruyne was in and out of the team. He was ill. He was, again, in and out. At one point, and I don't think it's still the case, it might be, but Vardiol was our second highest top scorer in the league at one point this season. So that just tells you we had no goals or we had no consistent goals from anyone else. You had Gundogan, who's being forced to play in the 6, he could maybe get you a goal, but he's forced to be playing further back. And then you have players like Bernardo, he's not a goal scorer. And it was just a mess. So getting a forward option, which we said in the summer, by the way, we said this. When we used to stream, when we sold Alvarez, we said this. We could probably do with another attacking option now. We were like, get me like a winger or a 10 or, a forward.
We were called greedy for that. We were called greedy. Well, I said it, bro, at the start of the season. I don't think the attacking complement is deep enough, especially when Oscar Bob got injured. That's when I was like, hang on, this is time. We need more attacking players. And look, better late than never, I suppose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, better late than never. But I mean, there was that thing this morning. I don't know whether you read it. We were shocked that we won the league last year, and we thought we could get away this year with, okay, we might not win the league, but we won't fall off that bad, and we'll just rebuild in the summer. But we brought it forward to January because we're like, we are bad. We are very bad. We need to do something now. So it's like better late than never, I suppose. But like, again, damage was done in the summer when our only signings were Savio, which we did in like February, and a free transfer of Ilkay Gundogan. And how much money did we raise with selling Alvarez? And we sold people like Micah Hamilton and all of these young players for like 10 million each. Like, there was enough money to go around, and there were players out there. We just didn't act on it. I mean, you got was it Kyogo? Was he the guy from Celtic that we wanted? Your claim to fame, Romano giving you a mention. Like, there was interest in him, interest in Eze, people like that, and it was just, we didn't act. And we were called greedy, saying, nah, we don't need it, we're fine. Look at Oscar Bob, and Savio's coming in, and then Oscar Bob breaks his leg. Savio forgets how to score for like 4 months. Grealish and Doku spend their time in and out of the team, injured, ill, this sort of thing. Foden as well, same thing with him, where he's just not firing at the start of the season. And then all hell breaks loose, and everybody's going, we could probably do with an attacker, that. We could probably do with one. And then it's just kind of frustrating to go in the summer and see such obvious holes and go, we kind of need this, and then be told, no, we don't. No, we don't. You've been greedy. We don't need this. The squad's good enough. And 4 months later, your points being backed up in real time after you've seen it. I know you can say hindsight is a wonderful thing, but I mean, to me and you, it was obvious. Like, it was kind of necessary.
I think based off the back of last season, where last season, amazing, 4 in a row, the achievement is special, but it was quite clear. If you're being hypercritical, not even hypercritical, just being critical, it was poor for large parts of last season. The track record against the Big Six speaks for itself. We rode our luck at times, and you do need to do that to achieve the heights that we did. Of course, no doubt, and it worked in our favor, and I'm forever grateful, and it's amazing. But I felt there was enough signals and indication last season for us to come out in the summer transfer market and be, boom, let's get something, let's get some big players in. And look, Tiki spoke about it. Tiki said he knows it wasn't a good window. The last few windows haven't been good. But look, we're going to chat a bit more about Marmoush now in a second. I just want to have a look at these super chats because you guys have smashed our goal. I'm going to set a new goal in a sec. Big up Darsh with the 1, Adam Quinn. Yeah, I've seen those ones. Gilmer Tees, big up to you, Gilmer Tees. I think I've spoke to you on Instagram before with the 1. Renners, Hugh and Joe, go get that haircut with the 2. Big up to you, Renners, my bro. He's an OG as well, been around for a long, long time. Mancunian Way, Martin, member for 9 months. Martin, honestly, can't thank you enough, man. You've always shown us mad love, and we'll always do the same for you. So genuinely, thank you so much. Marshy Boy with the 1. I know you were holding out for that 5th super chat. Danny says, we've already hit 5 out of 5, but please don't go to LB. Is LB's barber that bad?
I've seen a few people talking about was it? Oh yeah, it was Gilmer Teens. Spot on, Danny. LB's beard barber needs a sacking. I don't know. What? I ain't seen it. I didn't see anything. Is it bad?
I don't think it's that bad. Look, what I will say is, like the stream, if you agree, I think me and Joe have the strongest beard game in the city YouTube space. I think me and Joe, we have the strongest beard game. I can't lie. That's just personal opinion. You can agree if you want. That's totally up to you. But big up Danny for the 5. I won't go to LB's barber. You know what? Funny little piece of information for you. My new job, we get free haircuts in work. A barber comes into the office once a month. Evidently, I haven't been using it, but it does happen. Big up Darsh again with the 2. Don't listen to Danny. LB's barber suits you guys. Won't be going to LB's barber. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell is this super chat? Knock 59. How much even is that? He says, great to see you both. Greetings from Norway. Joe, hit the soundboard, man.
No way.
Chat, someone convert that into pounds or euros. How much is knock 599? I don't know how much that is, Della, but thank you so much for the super chat. That is insane because it's purple. About £50. You crazy?
Are you mad?
Hey? What? Okay, well, we're all getting haircuts.
We are financing everybody to get a haircut.
Nah, W Della, man. That is wow. Wow. We've barely even had a proper conversation, Joe. With people are doing this. Maybe I should leave my job. Maybe I should leave my job. If we're getting £50 super chats, I should probably leave my job.
Did you see the one on the Saeeds the other day? Actually, talking about big super chats. Someone gave like a few hundred, I think.
I remember doing the Big Six a couple of times.
Someone did that as well, yeah.
Yeah, so someone might have donated £400 or £500 at one point. Crazy. Look, any donation's crazy. Like, you don't have to donate. But Della, wow, thank you, genuinely, thank you so much. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. The kindness is mind blowing. The fact that we haven't been here. Oi, Joe, do it.
We're back.
What? We're back. I'm quitting my job. You convinced me. What the hell's going on, man? Danny got one, Judy Hoops got one, AK got one, Victor got one, and Robertinho got one. Mojis with the 5 gifted. What the hell's going on, man? Why are you not so kind? Why are you not so kind tonight, man? We've abandoned you for months, and you're coming back like this. Della, big up to you again, man. Absolute freaking ledge bag. And Mojis, I know you're a legend, man. You've always been a legend. We're gifting 5 like that. You've always been a legend, man. Wow. I'm a bit, I'm a bit disorientated now. I'm gonna have to quit my job because that is wild. But look, listen, that's insane. I'm a bit blown away, but wow. Let's try and get back on track. I do want to talk about Marmoush because I think this is a bigger signing than people are talking about. I think this is a bigger signing than it's been given credit for. I'm not going to claim to have watched him loads of times, but I have watched him a lot more than other players we've been linked to. I've never really watched Cambiasso. I've never watched, or I haven't watched Douglas Luiz since he went to Juve. I never watched Cousinov. I never watched Victor Reis. But I have watched a bit of Bundesliga. I have watched a bit of Frankfurt. And I really do think, Joe, this Marmoush guy is a killer. I think he's an assassin. I said Mahrez regen, probably not a comparison at all. I just like it. They're both from Africa, essentially. That's really it. You know what I mean? One's from Egypt, one's from Algeria. But he gives me those kind of vibes in a way because he's just so clean cutting in. That's the only comparison I can make. But in terms of actually being a more rounded goal scorer, Marmoush probably has more in his locker in that sense. And that's not to put down Mahrez, because Mahrez was an absolute killer as well. But I think Marmoush has levels to go up. You know what I'm saying? I think Marmoush has, what is it? Chat, someone correct me on this. Is it 19 goals already this season for Frankfurt?
20.
Is that it?
He's got. I'm looking at his stats. I did bring it up. He's played 26 games. He got 20 goals and 14 assists, which is absolutely insane. And just as a little nugget as well, right? 17 appearances in the Bundesliga, 15 goals, 10 assists. Are you mad? Got 25 GNA in 17 games in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, crazy. I think he's got. What age is he though? Check what age he's again.
25. 25. He'll be turning 26 next month, or in a few weeks.
Yeah, bad man. I think this is exactly what we've needed. Do you know? Give me your honest opinion on this. If we had Marmoush from the start of the season, where do you think we are now?
I mean, did we drop out the top 5? I think we did because Chelsea won, so we'll be, what, 5th maybe? Something like that right now? I think we'd be in the top 4. I think we'd still be in the top 4. We're what? 6 points behind Arsenal? Maybe that points gap is like, I don't know, maybe 3. Maybe add another couple of points. I'm just thinking of games that we've dropped points in. And there are games in there like Everton at home. would he get us another goal there and we win 2-1? You know, things like that, where there's been games like Feyenoord and Sporting and, going to Liverpool where it's been, okay, defensively, we've conceded too many goals, but there's been games like Everton at home where we just haven't scored enough. There's been games where we haven't scored enough goals, and I'm thinking he could probably get us another few points on the board if we would have had him, because again, like I said, if I'm correct in believing this, he's not just a 9. He's not someone who can only play up front. He is a player who can play out wide and be a complement to someone else. So it's not necessarily a case of would he make much difference because he's competing with Haaland. He'd probably play with him at times, if we're being real. So yeah, we're in a much better position because we've got more goals in the team.
That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. We would have had more goals, but like coulda, woulda, shoulda, and all that. I mean, I'm looking at his positions played this season. So in 26 games for Frankfurt in all competitions, he's played as a centre forward, a left winger, but most importantly for us, I think, to take away from this is support striker. So that might add to your theory that he could potentially play with Haaland.
Yeah, because we saw Alvarez do that. No, it wasn't great, was it? I mean, we'll be the first to admit that watching Alvarez play in the 10, for as good as his output was, his like overall play and like his passing and his dribbling and his keeping hold of the ball was not fantastic. But it worked. It was serviceable because he would score or he would get an assist or he'd be in the right place at the right time. Do you know what I mean? It was those sorts of things where it's not fantastic because he's not a midfielder, but he can do it and he can add something else. Because again, you imagine those games, Ipswich, because before we scored a couple, I mean, they were just sat there like 2 banks of 5 because most teams do that. I mean, let's be real. No matter how bad we are, teams will still just do that because they know we're capable of attacking and scoring goals if they just let us. So if you think you have 2, maybe 3 players marking Haaland, he's basically occupying every centre back, and then you drop in a Marmoush in sort of a second striker position, and he's got no centre backs to worry about because they're all stuck on the big Norwegian fella. Yeah, he's gonna bag. He's gonna bag.
That didn't even cross my mind. I like that as well. That just made me more excited. Look, basically where I'm coming from with this one, people, is I feel there's a higher expectation on Marmoush than there is on Cousinov and there is on the Brazilian kid, just because of the fact that he has a lot more pedigree. A lot more pedigree at a higher level of football than these guys. So there's more excitement. There should be more pressure on him to do well. That's not to say he has to come in and get 19 now for City between now and the end of the season. That's probably an unfair expectation. But he's been brought in at a sizable fee to score goals. He's not been brought in to be another Jack Grealish who doesn't score goals, respectfully. He's not been brought in to be another Savinho who takes a while to score goals. Marmoush is brought in to score goals. If he's brought on next week against Chelsea, I'm going to be there. I'm going, by the way. I might see Marmoush's debut. That'd be sick. If he's brought on against Chelsea, it's with the idea that you're out there to try and get us a goal. That's what we're looking at from Marmoush. But I'm very excited about him. I'm very, very excited about him. I really am. I think it's a big signing for the club. I think it's a big signing for Haaland. I think Haaland will be very happy with this as well, which is weird because if you're a striker, you never want your club to sign another striker, do you? Like, you don't want more strikers coming in the door because you want that spot to be yours. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to do an LB on it and check the exact minutes Haaland has played, but I know it's a fucking lot. I know Haaland's played a lot, and he'll actually be glad that there's another player can come in and play that position. He'll be glad there's another option to potentially play with him, as Joe said. So, buzzing. Let me have a look at these. The super chats and the memberships, they're flying in. I'm trying to keep up with them. But if you don't want a membership, just hit the like button, man. Hit the like button and subscribe. Let's see what we got.
I just seen the profile picture. That is absolutely crazy. Oh my god. New alias just dropped. That's incredible.
The new professional idiot update has just dropped.
That's incredible.
First of all, member for 8 months. Yes, Brett. There he is. The king himself is back. The king of our chat, for those of you who aren't acquainted, Professional Idiot is the king, or Professional Martin Happy Clapper as of right now. He's the king of our chat. He has been for a long time. And hit the soundboard twice because he's gifted 10. 10 gifted. 10 gifted.
That picture is crazy, by the way.
What? Like, poor Martin, man. Poor Martin. Martin's a legend, but I'm sure Martin knows it's all love. I'm sure Martin knows it's all love. It's funny as fuck, though. It's a good photo. Martin looks great, as always, man. Big up Basil. This is why we needed you back, Hugh. It's great to be back, people. It really is. We're not even having a proper serious conversation here, but like, it's just great to be back streaming and seeing all of you guys who have been here for a long time. Fraser, Matthew, Darsh, Moji, Smarshy Boy, Tom, Gil Ortiz, all of you lot who've been around for a minute, just coming back tonight. We haven't streamed for months, and you've all just come back in, hit the like button, subscribe, showing love. It's, professional idiots, gift a membership as he always does. He doesn't have to do that. That's just pure kindness. And like, while me and Joe like to have our rants on this channel, and we like to get in heated debates and, give out about things, at the end of the day, we do want a community where at the bottom line, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line is we're all one community. We all get on, have your debates, call each other out when you don't like each other's opinions, but we're all one community. It's one love, basically. Do you know what I'm saying? And I really, really like that. So it is touching that so many of you have come back this fast and just donated and gifted and liked and subscribed. Crazy, really, Joe. I think we always said we never wanted the biggest community. We just wanted a great community. And I think we have that.
Yeah, and it's also nice to see as well that rival fans dip in. And, they're not disrespectful. Yeah, they'll banter us when we lose and when things go wrong. And you may get the occasional 1-1-5, but it's like, it's all in jest. Like, I do like having the fact that it's not all just City fans. You see people, you go, oh, he's a United fan, or he's an Arsenal fan, or he's a Liverpool fan. And they'll come talk to us like people, and we'll talk to them like people. Like, we'll just have normal conversations and we'll banter each other because that's football. It's tribalism. That's just what you do. That's just part of it. But again, it's not disrespectful. Like, I like seeing it, especially when, we're competing for a title, which we're not this season, but you go back the last couple of years that we've been doing this, and it was Arsenal, and it was us and Arsenal fans just going at each other, and there was no crossing of the line. It was very much who can get one up on each other, and those things are also great to have as well. Because it would be very sort of samey to have it just be City fans and just a group of City fans. It's nice to have sometimes it's nice to have an outside opinion. Like, if we sign a player, what does a rival fan actually think? What is their actual opinion? Because obviously we can be excited and gassed, and we can be like, oh, Marmoush is going to score this many goals, that many goals, and be happy with it. But, if a rival fan comes in and says, oh, I don't think he's any good, or a rival fan comes in and says, oh, I think he's amazing, I think you've really got one, I'm really worried. It's nice to see that there's differing of opinions. And again, everybody in the chat, whenever they see someone from, supports another club, they also join in, and they also give them shit. Because it's funny.
It is. No, look, like I said, the bottom line is it's all love, and we always wanted a great community of people, and there's so many of you are really, really cool people, really sick people, and you make this fun. Like, if this wasn't fun, we wouldn't have come back tonight. Probably just wouldn't have streamed again. Make the odd video here and there just to share opinions, but the fact of the matter is we love chatting to you guys. That's why we're here. We love chatting to you guys. So I just wanted to say that, just to recognize that, because I can't have that many gifted memberships, that many donations, and me not show genuine love back and appreciation for you guys, because there's too many YouTube channels out there, football YouTube channels, where they're just about money. They're just about how much money can the YouTuber make out of the fan base of that club that they're making content on. When me and Joe were here for community, we want you lot to come in here and share your opinions. We want you lot to interact with us, and we want to do that with you. That's what we believe it's about, and it means the world to us that we have that. You know what I'm saying? And I see someone mentioning Dara there in the chat. Dara's told us he will come on again. He was on a couple months ago, but he says he will come on again. He's always welcome and he always wants to, so we'll make it happen. But yeah, listen, big love, genuinely. Look, let's leave transfers for the minute, because it's not something that's really too topical right now. Let's have a chat about the Champions League. Let's have a chat for 15 minutes about the Champions League and share your opinions on that as well, people. We have this PSG game tomorrow. First of all, did you see the team arriving in their hotel in Paris tonight, Joe? Rodri was with them. Why?
Yes. He's an absolute psychopath. That's why. He's been hovering around the team for ages. Do you remember? He was like pitch side. I think it was against Everton on Boxing Day. He was pitch side, and he's basically been sat behind the bench and basically with the team this like for the last like few weeks. I don't know what's going on. The geezer's running as well. Like he's done an ACL a few months ago and he's already like running about. He's either like Superman and he's got like the greatest genetics and genes possible that he can just recover really quickly, or he's been very much ill-advised and doing shit that he probably shouldn't be doing.
I'm gonna try to be as optimistic about it as possible and say that what Elder says in the chat there is true. That Rodri's just a workaholic and he really believes in the value of being with the team and training with the team and being.
He's a leader as well. He's a leader.
He's a leader, and his presence is valued massively. Whether he's playing or not, his presence is valued. Ballon d'Or winner. Like, if you're going out into the pitch and even though he's injured, but he's in your dressing room, sitting beside you, listening to the team talk. He's travelled to Paris with you because it's a huge fucking game. It really is a huge fucking game. Like, if we really want Champions League football to continue for us this season, we need something out of this game. You know what I'm saying? Just don't lose primarily, but a win will put us in a decent position. To have a Ballon d'Or winner in your dressing room with you and someone who's done so much for the club there with you, it's really big. And I also get the vibe that Pep probably spoke to him and said, I want you to come with us. I want you to be in the changing rooms with us. I want you to be there on match days with us because of the reasons I've just stated. But look, they're in Paris now. They've arrived at their hotel. Game tomorrow. PSG. Kvaratskhelia is not available, is he? He can't play.
Napoli in the Champions League or Europa League?
Napoli in Champions League?
I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I don't know whether like the cup-tied UEFA rules work between competitions. Because you remember when the Sanchez-Mkhitaryan swap deal happened and Mkhitaryan had to wear a different squad number in the Europa League? It's a very niche thing to remember, but he wore 7, but because Sanchez had already worn 7 for Arsenal in the Europa League, he had to wear 77 when he played Europa League games, and there's been cases like that. It's like cup-tied goalkeepers. It's like, remember Arsenal signed Neto from Bournemouth. He can't play in cups because he's cup-tied, because he's already played in the cups. So I don't know whether that works. I'd imagine if that isn't the case, then he's just available to play so long as he's like fit and he's settled in. But I mean, it could be like one of them where, our new players, the 2 new centre-halves that we've just got, they're available, but will they play? They've already been through the door a few days. Will he play because he's only there?
Moji says no new signings can play until next round. Ian says knockout round.
Oh, actually, yes, because there is a registration period. I forgot about that. You have to register players, don't you? And the registration period doesn't count until the next round, unless they're under 21.
Yeah, I'm being stupid because remember I read that even if Marmoush done his medical for us like a few days ago, he still wouldn't have been eligible for the PSG game because he's already played for Frankfurt in the Champions League.
Registration period. So no, he can't play. That's a big one because he's like their marquee signing.
What does the PSG team even look like these times, man?
Dembele, Kolo Muani, just naming names off the top of my head, but they don't want Kolo Muani, so they will even play because they don't even want him. Who else they got?
Barcola, Dembele, Hakimi.
Hakimi's still there. Donnarumma's still there.
Senzio, Gonzalo Ramos.
Ooh, that centre mid that we wanted that had the really high release clause and they got for 60 million, who played at the Euros. Forgot his name.
Who?
The Portuguese centre mid who we were going to sign with like the 120 million release clause where they got him for like 60 mil.
João Neves.
That one, yeah. João Neves.
Oh yeah, here he is. Yeah. Lucas Hernandez. Oh, they have a decent team, PSG have a decent team. This game ain't going to be easy.
They are. I checked before, and they are like, now bearing on results going differently, they might have dropped, but they were 25th before a ball was kicked tonight, which is it's the top spot of teams that don't qualify. It's 24 and upwards that qualify, and they were 25 this morning, so they are actually worse off than us at the moment. They need the result more than we do.
Bro, as of right now, they're 26th.
They need the result more than we do. If they lose this game, they might be out or just about out. So they kind of need something.
And if we lose, we fall into the exit zone, the exit zone relegation. What do you call it?
Then it's out of our hands because even if we win, if other results don't go our way, we might not have a choice. We might just be out. So realistically, we have to get a result to put it in our hands.
What kind of result? What's a result though for
A
us?
draw.
Is it must be a draw?
A draw would put it in our hands because we'd stay in the. If we were to draw the game, I think we would stay, or we'd go back into the top 24.
Here's what it is. I'll explain it to you. We're on 8 points, right?
Yeah.
PSG and Dynamo Zagreb are behind us. So Dynamo Zagreb are on 8 points as well. I don't know who they're playing, but if we were to draw or lose and they were to win, they'd leapfrog us into 25th. PSG are on 7, so obviously our game impacts them. But next after that is Bologna on 5. So if Bologna were to win and we were to draw...
They've played 7. They've already played.
Okay, so a draw is a good result then.
That's what I mean. A draw puts it in our hands. If we get a point, all we need to do is beat Bruges on the last group game. Pretty sure. All we need to do is that. And then it doesn't matter what anybody else does, we'll qualify.
Okay, so we need a draw. We need a draw.
Because you said Zagreb are playing like Arsenal or something. They probably get anything from that for being real. So, like, yeah, a draw's a good result for us.
Zagreb playing Arsenal, are they?
Pretty sure that's who Arsenal are playing.
Zagreb away to Arsenal. Yeah, Zagreb have lost.
So,
Zagreb have lost.
like, a draw in Paris puts our qualification in our hands at home to Bruges.
Darsha's right, though. A loss is catastrophic.
Oh, yeah, a loss is absolute, like, a loss is disaster. Because then we rely on someone else losing on the last day.
So our European fate, people, is hinging on tomorrow?
Just not losing. Not losing. Do you remember last season when we went to Anfield? It was the same thing. Just do not lose. Don't lose.
The one John Stone scored.
Yeah, we've had that before where we've gone to a ground and gone, don't lose. Just don't lose. And you'll be fine. You still like have something to work with. It's the same thing here. As long as we don't lose, it's a good result. I'll never be one to like, and you'll probably be the same. I never want to play for a draw, but it's like if we get a draw, I'm happy with it.
I'm celebrating a draw. I can't lie. No. I think in our current state, we are in no position to turn our nose up at a draw, and we are in no position to turn our nose up at a better opportunity at qualification, because exiting the competition at this stage would be super embarrassing. Like really, really embarrassing, and it could be catastrophic for the remainder of the season. Because if we're to exit the Champions League at this stage, any decent morale we've built up, Joe, in the last few weeks is just gonna go splat. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because again, it's embarrassing. We were probably one of the favourites going in because we always are. Even with the state of the squad, we're always one of the favourites. But we were like, I mean, the way that we were talking about it, we were going top 8 automatic qualification. That's the aim. The aim is to finish as one of them top 8 seeds that doesn't have to play a playoff match. And now we're talking about if we lose, we might be out altogether. Like, it's embarrassing to go from, try and qualify without having to play extra games to try and not lose so you can just qualify in general. Like, that's bad. And again, like you said, if we were to miss out in the Champions League, bit of a financial hit. But the biggest hit is the morale. Because again, there's no midweek games. There's no big European games, past February, which we've become accustomed to. And it's been one of them things where we know this from first hand. You don't have to be the best team in Europe to win the Champions League. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but you don't have to be the best to win it. Because
you can shithouse your way there.
Chelsea did it. Tottenham managed to shithouse the way to a final. You don't have to be the best team to win it. But
Real Madrid? Fucking Real Madrid?
Real Madrid have done it a couple of times where hand on heart, we've been better than them. But they've beat us because, they rode their luck, they took their chances, and things worked out for them.
Heritage.
Heritage. Those sorts of things. History, heritage, football, those sorts of things, and class and tradition and all of this. But, I mean, again, we witnessed it firsthand. It's very, sort of PTSD to think about it. But Chelsea Champions League final, they were not better than us, but they beat us because they had a better game plan and things worked out in their favour. Like, it just happens. So just qualify and see what happens, essentially. Don't go out in the group stage because then you leave yourself with no chance.
On the flip side, though, a win, or even a draw, but a win predominantly will be a massive boost for us, A, in the competition, but B, in our momentum building. Because there's a lot of people, I'm seeing a lot of people saying the Chelsea game on Saturday is bigger. Now, I disagree with that, but it's still a massive, massive game we have on Saturday. And a win in Paris going into Chelsea on Saturday will be huge. So there's a huge amount on the line tomorrow night, Joe. Like
our next 4 games, 5 technically if you want to include Leyton Orient, because maybe the FA Cup is our best chance of winning another trophy. I say another, Community Shield don't count. So winning a trophy this season, probably the FA Cup, so Leyton Orient's pretty big. But I mean, our next fixture is PSG away, massive, because again, if we lose, we might, that might just seal it for us. Chelsea, top 4 rival, we're at home. Bruges, again, fighting for qualification. Arsenal away in the league. Could we end their title race? Could we pick up some points? Maybe even close the gap to them? Then you got Leyton Orient, and then I don't even want to look past Leyton Orient because that fixture list is actually disgusting past that point. It's grimy. Newcastle, Liverpool, Tottenham, Forest, Brighton. Just I'm looking too far ahead. But those next 3/4 games, you can throw Arsenal away in there because we still need to pick up points. But the next 3 games are big because we are fighting. We're top 4 in a top 4 battle. That is our state in the Premier League. Forget title. Forget it. Unless some minor miracle happens and we manage to close up, forget about it. Now, don't give me the eyes. Don't. All
I'm saying is Marmoush is here.
Don't do this. Listen. We can talk about title if we actually close the gap. But for now, forget about it. Think about top 4 because we were like, before we played Ipswich and after Bournemouth absolutely slapped Newcastle, we were like 8th. So forget about title for a minute. Think about top 4. Chelsea, top 4 battle. Us, top 4 battle. Big game. PSG and Bruges, either side of that. That is our Champions League qualification on the line in both of those games. These next 3 games are, not all 3 of them are must win. The PSG game is more of a must not lose, but the other 2 is like, yeah, they're kind of must win games if we want to try and make up some ground and finish in the top 4. Got to beat Chelsea at home. And then if we want to qualify for the next stage, regardless of the result in Paris, got to beat Bruges. Seal it.
I mean, what Jakey game says there, beat Chelsea, beat PSG, take it from there. That's the right attitude. That's the right attitude. And my head says what Joe's saying, forget about it. Forget about any title. Forget about any of that. Take it game by game. But I still do have this small part of my brain just saying, if a few things were to go our way.
Stop. Where's professional happy clapper when you need him, man?
Bro, I've been vaccinated, man. I've got the vaccine. I'm a happy clapper. I'm a happy guy. Life's good. You know what I'm saying? If a few little things were to go our way, you never know, people. You never know. But that's the thing. You never know. Game by game, man. Game by game. PSG, then Chelsea. That's kind of where we're at. Chelsea game, obviously. That's massive. That's massive too. Like, you talk about that stinking run of fixtures we have. You kind of want to start it off on the right note, don't you? And our record against Chelsea last season, 2 draws. Was it 2 draws?
Yeah, the 4-4 and the 1-1.
4-4 and 1-1. And they have this weird ability, Chelsea, to just pull out performances against us and pull out goals against us. You know what I'm saying? Cole Palmer seems to just turn up, understandably. I'm nervous about that one. Like, I'm going over to it, and I'm expecting like a big atmosphere, a big performance. But you just don't know off the back of PSG. Like, it's hard to make any assumptions until you kind of see tomorrow night, isn't it?
Yeah, and I guess what state the squad is in, because for some bizarre reason we played on Sunday when we have to go to Paris on a Wednesday night. I don't know what that's about. Like, why could we not just play on Saturday? But it's whatever.
Game is on Saturday.
No, the Chelsea game's on Saturday. We played Ipswich on Sunday, having to go to Paris on a Wednesday. I don't know what that's about. Like,
Thought I had my flights all wrong. Thought I had my flights wrong there for a second.
No. Don't panic. Don't panic. Chelsea is on the Saturday. The Ipswich game was on a Sunday when we're playing on a Wednesday. It's just weird to me, but it does really depend. My confidence on Chelsea is what we do in Paris. If we got to Paris and get a win, I'm like up for that Chelsea game because. I mean, going away to PSG, don't matter how good they are, because they've been awful before. We've played them in the group stage. It's just a difficult place to go. Like, we've struggled there a couple of times in recent years. I was thinking about the year where they got Messi. Messi was having an awful time in Paris when he started out. What does he do? he puts one in the top corner from like 25 yards against us, and they beat us. Like it's one of them things where it has the potential to go really, really wrong. But again, if we get a win or a good result, that Chelsea game, like the confidence builds. If we lose and are basically staring down the barrel of being out in the Champions League, I am shitting myself for the Chelsea game going, I don't know what Oz is going to turn up after that.
You don't know what City you're going to get on a week-to-week basis at the minute. I think is kind of where we're at, and that's why the game by game strategy is the most effective. You know, just one game at a time, build momentum, build morale, build confidence, because there's no point really projecting and forecasting really far into the future, and even thinking about the Emirates yet, even thinking about Liverpool 2 weeks after yet, even thinking about any of those, because we're not ready to do that. You know, if it was another season where, you know, City are killing it, City are on smoke, you could confidently say, I think we'll beat PSG and Chelsea, and then we can start to look towards the Emirates, you know, because that's, you know, one of those pinpoint games on the calendar. We're not in a position to do that right now, in my opinion, so we'll have to see. Big up professional Martin, happy clapper. He says, to be honest, we probably would have won more Champions League titles if our defense didn't have so many bozo moments. Plus Pep not playing out of form players consistently. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a lot of coulda, woulda, shouldas, and hindsight's a beautiful thing. You know, in a beautiful world, we probably have 3 Champions Leagues right now. I think the Portugal tournament, remember in the COVID season, I think that was really there for us to go and take when we lost to Lyon. I think the Champions League final, obviously against Chelsea, that was absolutely there for us to take. And then we obviously won the one in Istanbul. So in a beautiful world, maybe we have 3, but I'm grateful for the one we have. 100% grateful for the one we have, but I'm hungry for more. You know, I'm hungry for more. I don't want to rest on my laurels. And I'm not sitting here saying it has to be this season, because I don't think we're in a position to say, boom, we can really go and take this Champions League. But the business we're doing in January right now, and the business we're doing next summer, that we do next summer, has to be business that makes us as a fan base look at and go, yeah, that's quality business right there. Do you know what I'm saying, people? So look, yeah, the Pellegrini semi-final versus Real Madrid, Steve Black, yeah, that was another one. Imagine
Tottenham.
Pellegrini Champions League, Tottenham, yeah, man.
They got Ajax in the next round. That's like, for as fairy tale as that Ajax run was, that's a Champions League final. I know it's against Liverpool, and we never had the best record against Klopp, so who knows how that one goes. I don't think we win that, but that's a final.
I know. I remember leaving the Tottenham game that night, and everyone, before the Tottenham game that night, everyone was singing, "We're all going to Istanbul," or "We're all going to Madrid." Sorry, that was the original Bernardo song. It was founded around that time. But look, we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see tomorrow night. Look, we've been live for just over an hour. We just wanted to come on for an hour and chat to you guys, see all of you guys again. I've had a look at the fixtures. I've had a look at my own schedule, and as long as Joe is free, this same time next Tuesday, so same time, same day, same place next Tuesday, we are going to be live again, because I'm going to the Chelsea game. I'm in Manchester for the whole weekend. I'm going partying, hopefully. So next Tuesday, same time, same day, same place next week. I'm not saying it'll be that every single week, but we will do definitely at the very least once a week. But next Tuesday, put it in your calendars. We're back. It was honestly so heartwarming, man, to see all of you again. It really was, and I'm looking forward to next Tuesday as well. If we've lost a few games by then, we'll have a rant. If we've won the 2 games by then, we'll have a party. We'll have a celebration. Big up on hitting the 5 out of 5 super chat goal. All the gifted memberships. I'm up early tomorrow, so I can't really stay too much later. But like I said, we just wanted to come back and say hello to you guys, do a quick chat, and kind of tell you that we are back. We are back on a once a week grind for now, anyway. And next Tuesday we'll be back again. So look, listen, big up every single one of you, man. Can't thank you all enough for staying loyal while we've been away, while we've been, you know, a lot of life changes, but we are back once a week is the plan. You'll still see me on LB's channel pretty well every Monday, I think it is, we do it him. So maybe Joe will get around too, but you'll see me and Joe together, the 2 of us, once a week, more than likely every Tuesday, but it might chop and change. Turn on the notifications, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you hit the like button, and big love. Wrap her up, Joy Boy.
Listen to your heart, tell me who you wanna be. We can always start to believe. Listen to your heart, tell me that you understand.